Hello, and thank you for joining me for the High Water Telethon. I'm Amber Marshall, a proud Canadian and someone who has spent ample time exploring the interior of British Columbia, Canada. Some of you may know me from the television series Heartland, where I've been lucky enough to hang my cowboy hat for the last 15 years. Being a part of such a wholesome Canadian show has been incredible, and it has given me the opportunity to meet so many amazing people and travel our beautiful land. Some of my favorite memories exploring British Columbia were from the back of my Harley motorcycle, when a group of us set off to ride for a cause. Visiting many small towns like Lytton, BC, gave us all an appreciation for this incredibly beautiful place, with kind, talented, and resilient inhabitants. For those who may not recall, Lytton, British Columbia was the community that was burnt to the ground in the 2021 wildfires, and to this day is still a pile of ashes with little funding provided to help this community rebuild. Hence this telethon. So here is a short message from the Mayor of Lytton, Jan Polderman.
My name is Jan Polderman. I'm the Mayor of Lytton. On the 30th of June, Lytton made the news worldwide as the fire burnt the village and the connecting Lytton First Nation reserve to the ground. Simon Fraser came to the junction of the Thompson and Fraser River in 1808, where he met 1,200 members of the local First Nations. Lytton is found at the junction of the Trans-Canada Highway and Highway 12 to Lillooet. It was named after the writer Edward Bulwer Lytton, who penned the phrase, "It was a dark and stormy night." Later, during the gold rush, Lytton was a supply center for the gold miners during their quest for gold. Now Lytton is a commercial center where people from the surrounding areas meet and shop. Lytton was known to be the hottest spot in Canada. We experienced the heat dome for the first time, and temperatures reached new records. How hot, you ask? 49.6 degrees Celsius or 121 degrees Fahrenheit. On June 30th, the temperature went down to about 41 degrees Fahrenheit, and we had 30 to 60 kilometer-hour winds. When the fire started, there was little chance to stop the fire with these conditions. The village and the connecting First Nations reserve were ablaze within an hour. Most homes, businesses, village equipment, and facilities were lost. Wildfires threatened the village well into August, and we evacuated the remaining part of the village again on August 14th. The province lifted its state of emergency on September 20th. Then on November the 14th, we experienced an atmospheric river that washed away the Trans-Canada Highway, both south and north of the village. The temporary repairs to the highway so that it can reopen are to be completed by January 15th, 2022. In early January, we had the biggest snowfall in decades. Lytton looks to rebuild as a net zero community and to build in fire resilience. As a result of the weather events, Lytton is well behind in the remediation of the town site. As a small community with limited resources and 90% of the downtown areas destroyed, we do not fit existing recovery funding models. We need your help to rebuild Lytton. Thank you.
Take a look around your community. Imagine 90% of it being wiped off the map, and all you have left is toxins and ashes where you once ate, shopped, where your kids once played. On June 30th, within hours, Lytton was on fire. A village of fewer than 300 people nestled among the mountain ranges and prone to hot summers. This town was consumed by flames that destroyed 90% of it, killed 2, and injured several others. Nearly 800 residents registered with the BC Emergency Support Service in the aftermath, plus another 500 from the Lytton First Nation. It's been more than 8 months since Lytton fire tore through that Fraser Canyon. And nothing. We cannot let this become a cold case disaster. Did you know, pre-COVID, that British Columbia recreational freshwater anglers spent $498 million annually, and the sport fishing industry paid out $176 million in wages? Fishing is a big economic boom to many small communities in BC, so you can imagine the excitement when Merritt, BC in the Nicola Valley invited popular TV host Wes David to fish their 200 lakes, and he accepted. This is a feel-good story. Then COVID hit. Fishing in the Wild West TV show featuring Wes David is a television series focusing on informing, explaining, and teaching viewers localized information about fishing that is helpful and relative to anglers regardless of their level of experience. Wes David, the host of the show, is still coming to the Nicola Valley in May 2022 to film a fishing episode. Wes sent in this special message for the people affected by the fires and floods in British Columbia.
In 2021, while the rest of the world was dealing with the stresses of COVID-19, British Columbia was also dealing with severe forest fires that swept right across the province. They barely had time to catch their breath from the forest fires and had to deal with severe flooding in many communities of the western province. The High Water Telethon and Fundraiser, which can be found online at hellerhighwater.ca, is important as we all have many family and friends that live in beautiful British Columbia. And through Fish in the Wild West TV, I've had many opportunities to fish in the province and enjoy its natural resources. I'm also heavily involved in conservation, such as the Fraser River Sturgeon Conservation Society. And as a fellow Canadian, we help each other out in times of need. British Columbia and British Columbia residents have come to the aid of many other provinces in their times of need. Most recently, the 2016 forest fires that swept through Fort McMurray, and now British Columbia and its residents need our help. Come on, Canada, let's show the world what we can do when we stand together.
Our next performance is by an Alberta duo named Over the Moon. This Canadian roots swing duo are totally immersed in real cowboy country. Their music is a wild ride, from 40s Western swing and Appalachian old time to cowboy blues, all featuring their meant-to-be vocals and a wide array of acoustic instruments. Suzanne Levesque and Craig Bignell are award-winning multi-instrumentalists and vocalists. Simple and sweet, their music and lyrics have a common thread that speaks to all of Canadian West. Let's put our hands together and welcome to the High Water virtual stage, Over the Moon.
Hey everybody, we're Over the Moon. I'm Craig.
And I'm Suzanne.
And you know, we live in Alberta and we live just on the other side of the mountains from most of the people that are affected by the floods and fires directly. And we remember on the ranch, every summer we'd see helicopters flying over to go fight the fires to the south and west of us. And then last year was like unbelievable. And then on top of that, having the floods too, we can only imagine the devastation that was happening over there. Sue's actually from the Okanagan, right? North.
Yeah, I grew up in the North Okanagan in Enderby, and I still have some friends that live there. So I saw some pictures firsthand of the fires on their back doorstep, basically, and I couldn't believe it, and how it must have been such a scary time for everybody. So we're so happy to be a part of this telethon to raise money for everybody that's been affected by these tragic events.
Yeah, and the last few years for musicians have been pretty tragic because all of our work went away, and so we aren't really able to help financially a whole lot. So it's pretty awesome to be able to come and help and encourage people to send in some money to help. So open your hearts and your pocketbooks. I was going to say your phone books. Open your hearts and your pocketbooks and help with this amazing cause. And we're going to leave you with one of our songs that was written all about a character from our area. He's a cowboy. He was a black cowboy. He was actually born in slavery, in South Carolina, and when slavery was abolished, he cut a wagon train, headed over to Texas, learned to be a cowboy, and drove Longhorns all the way up to Montana, and then up through into Alberta, up to the Bayou Ranch. Mm-hmm. And he became not only one of the best cowboys, but he became one of the most loved cowboys. He was really nice. So we thought we'd write a song about him. His name's John Ware, and this is just a video of us playing live. So please excuse any mistakes I made. Not Sue.
No, I would never make a mistake.
Yeah. So thanks for all your help, everybody.
Please donate.
One, two, three, four.
Son of a slave, born in Carolina, owned by the man since he came to be. But freedom came one day to Carolina. He headed west to fill his destiny. Caught a wagon train bound for Texas. Life of a cowboy filled his dreams. Now he's moving Longhorns north to Montana. A good horse on the range, forever free. Ooh, on the wings of an eagle, free from the prison of the cotton fields. Tall in the saddle, singing to the cattle. He rode that trail right into history. That rugged trail led him to Alberta. Worked on the Bayou in 1882. This rough riding cowhand from South Carolina, a gentleman and friend to all he knew. On the wings of an eagle, free from the prison of the cotton fields. Tall in the saddle, singing to the cattle. He rode that trail right into history. No stranger to toil, days without end, feeling helpless down to his bones. Now that he's free, he smiles at the world, this land and life are his own, and his legend carries on. Met his bride, Millie, out in Calgary, asked for her hand on Christmas Eve. But through the hard times, they had each other. A simple life was all they'd ever need. Ooh, on the wings of an eagle, free from the prison of the cotton fields. Tall in the saddle, singing to the cattle. He rode that trail right into history. John Ware was a living legacy, forever in this world. He was
In 1985, Ken Mccoy quit his job and hit the road playing music. He's never looked back. With over 20 chart-hitting singles released to radio to date, countless nominations and awards, including SOCAN Songwriter of the Year and Single of the Year. Now, Christy Turncliffe was born and raised in Vancouver, BC. Later in years, a friend of hers suggested strongly that she enter a karaoke competition at the local Legion. Christy ended up getting second, and later she met up with singer-songwriter Ken Mccoy, and the chemistry between them was a perfect match. The two of them formed what is now Turncliffe Mccoy. Let's give a big Hell or High Water welcome to Christy and Ken of Turncliffe Mccoy.
Hi everyone, we are Turncliffe Mccoy. We're coming to you from Mission, BC tonight. We're an act that's been around for a while. We just combined our acts together to make this new act. And you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, on all the streaming platforms.
I'm really happy to be asked to participate in this fundraiser. On a personal level, my family was affected by the White Rock Lake fire in the Okanagan because my family cabin that's been in my family for over 50 years and is super, super important to me was right in the way of that fire. And the stress that we had from not knowing what was going to happen, which way Mother Nature's going to turn, was incredible. And luckily my cabin was okay, but I can't imagine people that lost everything, their businesses, their homes, in the floods and the fires. So this is a nice direct way that we can help our friends and neighbors and give back and help them out. So thank you to everybody who's donating.
Our first song we're going to do tonight is a song called Don't Walk Away. You tore me to the ground. Now I'm on my knees pleading. Stole my heart like a thief in the night. Just left me there bleeding. One glance was all it took, and I felt myself falling. Well, I don't even know your name. Won't hear me calling. Don't walk away. I'm on the edge, won't you save me? Don't walk away. Don't take away the look you gave me. Can't let go and let these feelings stray. So whatever you do, don't walk away. I could see how it would be. I'll always be there for you, not afraid to let you know just how much I adore you. So please turn around. You can keep my heart, it's okay. One thing I ask you, just don't walk away. Don't walk away. I'm on the edge, won't you save me? whatever you do, don't walk away. For our next song, we're gonna do a little tune called I'm Alive. This is a song about adversity and
Surviving.
So hopefully you guys can relate. Here we go.
I'm going down to the river, gonna wash my sins away. I'm going down to the river, jump right in and pray. I'm going up high upon the mountain where the wild winds blow. I'm gonna climb high upon the mountain where I can free my soul. I'm alive. I find my way somehow. Yes, I'm alive. I will survive. Nothing can stop me. Nothing's gonna stop me now. I'm gonna ride waves upon the ocean, gonna touch the seven seas. I'm gonna ride waves upon the ocean, let my freedom carry me. I'm gonna soar like an eagle, high into the sky. I'm gonna soar like an eagle, let my spirit fly. I'm alive, but I find my way somehow. Yes, I'm alive. I will survive. Nothing can stop me. Nothing's gonna stop me now. Well, I woke up with a hunger in my heart, an appetite to be free. Some may try to knock me down, but they could never put chains on me. Yes, I'm alive. I find my way somehow. Yes, I'm alive. I will survive. Nothing can stop me. Nothing's gonna stop me now. Yeah. Thank you guys very much. Thanks for donating. We're Turncliffe McCoy. We'll see you later.
See ya.
Our next performer, Nigel Mack, is a Chicago blues recording artist who excels on slide guitar, harmonica, and is always delivering a high-energy show. Nigel produced some critically acclaimed CDs, including Devil's Secrets, Road Rage, and High Price to Play. Nigel's latest release, the award-winning all-original Devil's Secrets, was the #1 Canadian blues CD of 2012, nationwide in Canada and Galaxy Satellite Radio. Mack's original compositions have been featured on television soundtracks like Dawson's Creek, The Streets, and Time of Your Life. When the Saskatoon native is not touring, Nigel spends the majority of his time recording and performing in and around Chicago. Please, put your virtual hands together and welcome Nigel Mack to the Heller High Water stage.
Right now, I'd like to do a song for you off of my second album. That is the Road Rage album. And this song is, might be kind of appropriate for the situation. This one here is called Great River. his arms. That water keep me from harm. Take me home, Great River, take me home. I was born where that river meets the sky. I was born where that river meets the sky. Oh Lord, and I'll be sailing down that river as it east until the day I die. Take me home, Red River, take me home. All right. When I die, lay me in that water soft and low, Lord. And if you see my baby, tell her I love her so. Take me home, Red River, take me home. Take me home, Red River, take me home. Take me home, Great River, take me home.
I would like you to meet Broadway Crush, Canada's hottest new duo, formed by one of our country's top songwriters, Jamie Stever, and BC's own singing songstress, Miss Annika Katharina. Their voices found each other, and now they are ready to perform on the world's biggest stages, currently working on a new album to be released this year. The two of them met while Stever was looking for a duet partner for his most recent country music release, Saving Me, which is now on radio across the country as well as digital music platforms. Today, we are treated to a special performance as the duo performs That's Just Me, an unreleased song by Broadway Crush, a special treat for all of you following along. I hope that we have earned your generosity by now. Please put your virtual hands together for Jamie and Annika of Broadway Crush.
Hey guys, Jamie and Annika here from Broadway Crush. When Annika first sent me pictures of the flooding that happened in her neighboring town of Abbotsford, I couldn't believe it. My first thought was, what can we do to help? Well, here we are, along with some of the best musical acts our country has to offer to help assist in this relief effort.
Thank you for tuning in to the Hell or High Water fundraiser. All the proceeds from tonight go directly to those who've been affected by this year's fire and floods. This fundraiser hits close to home as we know many family and friends who've been directly affected. We encourage you to donate as little or as much as you can. Every little bit counts, and we thank you so much for your support.
On top of the world, with an ocean view, there's nothing in this life I can't do. I'm 10 feet tall, I'm bulletproof, I could weather any storm rolling through. That's just me when I'm with you. You pick me up and give me hope, breathing life and love into my soul. Well, I made a wish to that man in the moon, and that wish I made came true. That's just me when I'm with you. And oh, till there's nothing left. I'm gonna hold you tight till our last breath. Every word I say is true, 'cause that's just me when I'm with you.
Every once in a while, you disconnect from technology. Sometimes you're out of touch because of travel, and other times it's because life got busy, or maybe it's because you choose to. Miriam Verveyden had such a moment on the day of the BC floods on Highway 8 between Merritt and Ashcroft, British Columbia, Canada. This is the same highway that cut off access to the Chicane Indian Band from the rest of the region. Miriam Verveyden, our next guest, was caught on Highway 8 on the day of the BC floods, and she sits down with Greg Gerard to share her experience on the program we are calling The People of the BC Floods and Fires.
Welcome to the telethon, Miriam. Thank you so much for joining us on the Hell and High Water fundraiser to share your flood experiences and your stories in our 5-part mini-series of what we are calling The People of BC Fires and Floods. So again, Miriam, thank you for your time and joining us today on the telethon. Miriam, please introduce yourself. Maybe tell us a little bit something interesting about your living in beautiful southern British Columbia.
All right. My name is Miriam Verveyden. I live in Merritt, and I'm an X-ray technologist and a writer. We moved to Merritt 5 years ago from the Lower Mainland, and we loved it here. It's our dream come true.
So yeah, it's a beautiful place here, Merritt, and I think you're right. I think we're both very fortunate to have met the people here and enjoy the backcountry. That leads me to the second question, Miriam. Let's go back to the morning of the flood. Can you take us maybe through the day and how you were feeling, what you were seeing when you were experiencing Highway, and maybe even give us some perspective to our viewers exactly how important Highway 8 is to this region?
Okay. So I live outside of Merritt in Sunshine Valley. I work in Ashcroft. So I've been taking Highway 8 to go to work every day. I love that highway. I love seeing the sheep and the horses and the bald eagles. It's beautiful. So the day before the flood, the weekend, it was a Sunday, we were watching TV all day, my husband and I. It was raining outside, it was cozy. I was not online, so I had no idea that anything was wrong. So Monday morning, I drive, usually leave around 7 in the morning. And there's, I don't know if you know Highway 8, but you can see the Nicola River in quite a few places. And I saw that the river was really high and going very fast. And I was a little bit surprised. It's very unusual the time of year, but I didn't think too much of it. So keep driving. I arrive in Ashcroft. I enter the hospital, and everybody there looks at me, eyes wide. What's going on? Are you okay? Are you safe? I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
I just had a really relaxing Sunday. I had no idea. So they're pulling me to their computer and they're showing me footage. Merritt is underwater. I had no idea. And they're saying that people's houses are flooded, people have to leave. And I was completely dumbfounded. I had no clue. So 10 o'clock comes around and the evacuation order comes in. And now I'm starting to panic. We just had a summer where the highways were being closed all the time. Highway 8 was closed because of the fires. The other highways were closed because of the fires. So I'm panicking and thinking, if something happens, I might not get home. So I packed my things and left. I said, I have to get home. I knew our house wasn't affected. We live really high up outside of town, but I just wanted to make sure I made it. So instead of going the other highway towards Logan Lake, that's really high, there's no water, I went back Highway 8. That's my road. That's what I've always taken. And I saw it just 3 hours earlier. It was fine. So drive down, I turn in, and the river that was high is now raging. It's doubled in size. It's coming over the road. And instead
Wow.
of turning around, I just keep driving. I'm like on autopilot. My only thought is I have to get home. So I go over the first bridge. The water is like almost touching the bridge. Keep going, and then I come to a spot where this huge piece of road has been broken out on my side. And instead of stopping, I just turn onto the lane next to it and drive around and keep going. I honestly was like, I had no idea what I was doing. I just kept going. I had this one goal, I have to get home. And after another like 5 or 10 minutes, I'd only been on Highway 8 for maybe 5 minutes. So I'm far. I come to this bend and I actually send that video in where the river is completely going over the road. There's driftwood, the whole road is underwater. So I had to stop, thank God.
Yeah.
So I stop, I get out, I take the little video because that's what I do. And I'm still in my mind, still thinking, should I try to kind of go through the water to go home? I was in total denial.
Yeah.
On the other side of that water, there's somebody, I think he worked for the city, and he's yelling at me, turn around! Okay. Now, while I'm in the process of turning, the panic sets in. I'm starting to realize, okay, this is pretty bad. I can't go back because there's no road left. And on my way back, there's this big piece missing. So I'm calling my husband. I'm telling him I'm starting to panic. I'm crying. I'm hyperventilating. And he just says he's going to stay on the phone until I make it past it. So in no time it comes, and I'm like shaking in my car, slowly going past it again, screaming at the top of my lungs the entire time, but I made it.
No.
So I'm going back, all the way back to Ashcroft, and then you have to go all the way to Logan Lake. So it took me another 3 hours to get home. And then once I was home and I saw everything was going on, that's when the panic really started. Because then the next day I saw footage of the highway and it was completely destroyed. That road that I was on, that piece had been completely washed away. The road didn't exist anymore.
Lucky.
Yeah. So I don't know what time it happened. I was there right around noon, right around 12. But yeah, that was probably the closest I've been to being in a pretty dangerous situation without really realizing it.
Yeah. Wow. What a story. You're going from having a great day relaxing at home, and then you're in the middle of a flood with a highway that's disappearing on you.
Yeah. Driving that highway for 2 years, I never thought it could happen because the river, for the most part, is quite low down.
Yes.
The road is higher up, so I still, to this day, have no idea how that could have happened.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me.
Well, and plus it was one of those days where you were disconnected from media.
Yeah.
And what's the chances of that you're totally disconnected from media?
That never happened.
Yeah. And that day was the day that did happen. And that, had no idea what was coming.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow. So if then and there and now, and what you're seeing now living outside of Merritt, and I'm sure you've been coming in often for supplies and that, and you've seen the situation now with the roads and what's going on. What are you seeing out there where you live in on how we're doing the recovery process?
So a lot of the people that live along Highway 8, they have lost not their houses, but access to the houses. So they have been homeless now for over 2 months. I know of somebody whose house was being swept away, literally dragged into the river. It was on the news. His whole property is gone. So he can't even rebuild. So they have lost everything. So that's been really, really hard, knowing people that, they lost everything within minutes in an area that seemed really safe. So I find that is just heartbreaking.
It goes from like having a very beautiful piece of land, a piece of paradise, to nothing.
Yeah.
That's hard to take.
Yeah. And I have no idea what insurances can do, if there's anything they can do. I mean, your literal land is gone, so you can't even rebuild, even if you would have the means to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's really like Mother Nature's showing she's in charge, if she wants to.
Yeah, we all know it's always Mother Nature's in charge. We all know that. So Miriam, before we let you go, is there anything else you would like to share with us and our viewers tonight at the telethon?
Like I said, I've been married for 5 years. It's the first place that I felt completely at home. I love it here. I love the community. I know it's been a really tough year last year, but I know that Merritt will come back. They are the most resilient and tough people, super friendly. They help each other. We support each other. Yeah. So I know that we can come back from it. I want to thank everybody who has already donated. People who haven't yet, if you can, even just a few bucks, it would make such a difference, and it really helps those people that lost everything.
Yes, very well said, Miriam. And from us here at the telethon and from everyone involved at the telethon, we thank you for your time. We thank you for sharing your story. We thank you for sharing your love of Merritt and the region. So again, we thank you for joining us, and take care, Miriam, and I'm sure we'll talk again.
Yep, thanks for having me.
Welcome back to the Hell or High Water Concert and Telethon. Just a reminder for those who are new to the show to please text, phone, or give at our website, www.hellorhighwater.ca, to give what you can. It is a night of feeling good and doing good things. Our next guest, singer-songwriter and recording artist, Ben Klick, is from the Okanagan Valley, BC, Canada. Ben Klick is a guitar-picking country gentleman, writing songs about life, experience, family, relationships in a lighthearted fashion. Klick's engaging personality has gained attention in cities throughout BC and awarded him 4 BC Country Music Awards, 5 International Country Music Awards, and 2 songs in the top 100 at national radio across Canada. Ben is known to take audiences on a journey with his modern country sound mixed with a traditional twist. Please welcome to the Hell or High Water virtual stage, Ben Klick.
Hey guys, my name is Ben Klick, and I want to personally thank you for being here and being a part of this Hell or High Water fundraiser campaign in support of the BC wildfire and flood victims of 2021. There have been a lot of people that have been displaced and a lot of people that have helped those that have been affected. And I want to share a song with you guys that is very close and personal to my heart. A few people in my family and people that I've known over the last number of years have helped in the fires that have hit Vernon and Lytton. And this song is all about them, to show that they're loved and that they're supported. They're heard, they're seen, and to show them the support. This is called More Than Just a Number. 18436 was the number on his badge. The call comes in, he go running, giving it everything he had. No hesitation to put my lie ahead. The adrenaline is carrying him instead. More than just a number makes a sum of many stories of everything they've done, the lives they've saved, the ones they've lost, their own lives on the line, not thinking about the cost. Doesn't even cross their minds. Is it any wonder they're more than just a number? Fighting for someone's life, hoping hope don't slip away. desperation, digging in till the job is done. Sleepless nights, no, he's not the only one. More than just a number makes a sum of many stories of everything they've done. Lives they've saved, the ones they have lost, their own lives on the line, not thinking about the cost. Doesn't even cross their minds. Is it any wonder? They're more than just a number. They are heroes. They don't wanna be heroes. Dispatch calls the brave, and that's all they know. More than just a number makes a sum of many stories of everything they've done. Lives they've saved, ones they have lost, their own lives on the line, not thinking about the cost. Doesn't even cross their mind. Is it any wonder? They're more than just a number. Is it any wonder? They're more than just a number. Thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. My name is Ben Klick, and make sure to show your support by donating today. Thanks for watching the Hell or High Water fundraiser campaign. We'll see you next time.
Our next recording artist, David Gogo, will be performing from Duncan, BC on Vancouver Island. David is a veteran Canadian bluesman with 16 full-length albums. The COVID pandemic and shutdowns of the live music scene gave David time to reflect on his life, heritage, career, and of course, writing songs. Gogo has 6 Juno Award nominations, has been named Guitarist of the Year 3 times at the Maple Blues Awards, was named Musician of the Year at the West Coast Music Awards, won Blues Recording of the Year at the Western Canadian Music Awards, and received the Great Canadian Blues Award for his lifetime contribution to blues in Canada, as voted by listeners of CBC's Saturday Night Blues. Now he is joining us tonight on the Hell or High Water virtual stage. Give it up for David Gogo.
I don't care what train I'm on, as long as he keeps a rolling on. When my baby left my side, something deep I say inside me dying. Well, I've got to keep moving on.
Hey everybody, David Gogo here. I'm honored to be part of this event. I was born and raised on Vancouver Island. I've always been a BC boy and always will be. So it breaks my heart to see all the devastation that's happened in the last little while. And, especially being a traveling musician, I like to check out the smaller towns, especially when I'm doing my acoustic shows like I'm doing today. I just like to explore and meet the people and learn about the history. So it makes it that much more tough to see what's happened. And believe me, we got hit here in Vancouver Island pretty serious as well. But last summer, when I was finally allowed to do some shows again, I was playing up in Cherryville, British Columbia, and I did a Friday, Saturday gig, and I was supposed to come home on the Sunday, and I think I didn't get home till about Wednesday because I just kept stopping and jumping in lakes and swimming in rivers and stopped at a couple wineries, and I just like to check out, like if there's a little curio shop or, some kind of a funky cafe or whatever. Went for a nice swim in Bromley Rock just as the sun was going down, and stayed the night in Princeton. And that wasn't very long ago. And that's the thing about it. And to see these beautiful towns underwater, it just, it's too much. So I hope you can donate, and I hope you have the means to do so to help these people out, because it's just been a terrible thing. So I'll do my part by playing some music for you. I'll do the title track from my latest album. This one's called Silver Cup. On my grandma's shelf when I grew up, there stood an old silver cup. I was never allowed to pick it up. I wish that it could tell its tale, how it traveled across the prairie trail. Lord, it seemed to be like a holy grail. Passed down to me from James Mccoy. Over 100 years since he laid down to die. Oh my. Was Scottish, French, and a Cree bloodline. He had an open heart and an open mind. Lord, he learned how to walk a real fine line. Was the best man in the company pack. He was always willing to pick up the slack. He even carried the governor on his back. With moccasins, skateboard, and sash, he worked real hard to bridge the gap. Oh yeah. Red River's higher than it's ever been. This ain't no time to pick a team. We are all children of the Great Queen. They didn't always get along so well, but he went to see Miss Saint Mattel. Lord, he raised this cup up to Louis Riel. Yeah. Well, we're filming this in Duncan, British Columbia, on Vancouver Island, and the Cowichan Valley here was hit very hard by the weather. And then down south, going towards Victoria, the Malahat. Now, if you've never been on the Malahat Highway, it's scary at the best of times, but it actually looked like one of those log rides at Knott's Berry Farm or something, with all the water rushing down. Very scary because you're right at the edge of a huge mountainside, you know. So you know, all of this destruction. I had friends going on tour. They were heading up the Coquihalla, and they only missed it by a couple hours of the whole place getting washed out. So once again, if you can contribute to help people out and help this whole thing, and hopefully we'll get through this together, as if we haven't been through enough in the last couple of years. And I'll tell you, where I live just outside of Nanaimo on Gogo Mountain, we didn't have rain for 90 days. 90 days. And then all of a sudden we had 90 days worth of rain in about 3 days. And craziness on this big God's golf ball that we live on. One more song off my new record. It's a song I wrote with a buddy of mine named Tom Hambridge, and we were fortunate enough to have Mr. Buddy Guy record it. And I thought, well, if Buddy Guy can record this sucker, I can record it as well. This one's called Never Gonna Change. Rock all night, sleep all day, playing the blues is how I get my pay. Stetson hats and diamond rings, I'm telling my story with these 6 strings. Well, I can be stubborn, but I like doing things my way. Well, all of my life is been the same, and I ain't never gonna change. Well, I've been on the road since the age of 16. There's nothing out there that I ain't never seen. I keep moving on from town to town. I'm never gonna put this damn guitar down. Well, I keep to myself, and I don't have much to say. Well, all of my life is been the same, and I ain't never gonna change. Oh no. Stop. I've been on the bottom and I've been on top. Don't worry about the future, just hands up in the past. Gonna stay here in the moment, try to make things last. Well, I took a lot of wrong turns to get where I am today. Well, all of my life it's been the same, and I ain't never gonna change. Well, all of my life it's been the same, and I ain't never gonna change. Well, all of my life it's been the same, and I ain't never gonna change. Oh no. Stay safe, everyone.
That I've gone to sleep. Will I see freight train, going so fast. Freight train, going so fast. Well, I don't care what train I'm on, as long as
Most blues musicians can proudly recall the age and stage in life when they received their introduction to blues music. It's usually a coming of age in sense, before blues and after blues. For Vancouver's James Buddy Rogers, life as he knew it was inherently different after discovering the blues. He is a Juno, Maple Blues Award, and multiple Western Canadian Music and International Blues Award winner. Rogers is backed by longtime bandmate Mike Wedge on bass and James Badger on drums. Joining his latest CD on piano, B3 and Whirly, is Texas native Louis Stevens. Let's roll back in time and feel some blues with James Buddy Rogers.
Hey everyone, James Buddy Rogers here. Over the last couple years, the entire world's been flipped upside down with a pandemic. But here in BC, we have families in communities that have been absolutely decimated with fires and floods. So today, we're asking you to dig deep into your pockets and donate to the Hell or High Water concert and fundraiser.
I can't help feeling
I want your love. My whole life long.
Yeah! Just like that.
Have the tragic stories from locals, the messages and songs from our musicians, or any of our special guests and hosts earned your generosity yet? Surely someone has pulled on your heartstrings so far today. Go ahead, try it. Help a family from the BC floods and fires and click the donate button, or pick up the phone and text to give. This brings us to a story about volunteering. Volunteering at emergency centers is an important part of disaster relief. A couple who recently moved to Merritt, BC, Canada, wanted to help make a difference after the devastating fires that engulfed Lytton, BC. Carole Leroux and Greg Alexander heard about the evacuation center set up in the lower Nicola Valley for the Lytton evacuees. They jumped on the opportunity to give back and decided to volunteer their time and compassion at the center, assisting crowds of people looking for help and, most often, comfort. Many of which arrived to the center with nothing but charcoal burnt shoes on their feet and charred clothes on their back. Greg and Carole share the story with Greg Gerard on our Hell or High Water virtual studio in what we are calling the people of the BC floods and fires. Here's their story.
Welcome to the telethon, Carole and Greg, and thank you so much for joining us on the Hell or High Water fundraiser to share your Lytton, BC volunteer story as a special guest in what we're calling our 5-part miniseries calling The People of the BC Fires and Floods. So Carole and Greg, thanks for coming on. Maybe for a lot of us there, if you wouldn't mind taking a few seconds to introduce yourselves and tell us something interesting about you guys.
All right, I'm Carole Leroux. I'm a French Canadian, originally from Northern Ontario. I lived in the Northwest Territories for 5 years, the Calgary area for about 25 years, and moved to Merritt right at the beginning of the pandemic in April 2020, that is. And I'm a hatter.
And Greg?
Hi, I'm Greg Alexander. I was born and raised in the Calgary area. Spent most of my life in farming and ranching and a little bit of trucking. Before we retired, we had a business where I specialized in equine transportation, specializing in deceased horses.
Well, we're glad to have you here in British Columbia and too bad Alberta. We got you.
We're glad to be here.
Yes. We're sort of trying to share the stories of the locals and put a more personal touch on a lot of the issues that we're facing today. And it was mentioned that you did a whole bunch of volunteer work in helping the people in Lytton, BC during the 2021 wildfires. Can you please maybe take us through that whole experience, what you did, what you heard, what you saw, and maybe share that and maybe give us a little bit more of a personal connection with the Lytton situation and the wildfires and where we are today?
Well, that very first night when the fires happened, we just, like most people, we were completely blown away, and we just immediately felt we needed to do something. We actually went for a drive through town, trying to find if people were gathering somewhere where we could help out. We didn't find anything, so we came home, and the next morning we saw on social media that an evacuation center was being set up at the Chalouche Arena in Lower Nicola, and that they were accepting donations. So we put together a couple boxes of donations, and we drove out there and brought them in, and we asked if they needed any help. And of course they did. And that night we came home shortly after midnight sometime. And then we went back pretty much every day for about a week. We figure we put in about 100 hours or so of helping out. What we were doing there is helping receive donations and sort through them and display them so that the evacuees could find what they needed. And we helped them look through stuff and find what they needed. We did a lot of listening, a lot of hugging, a lot of crying. So it was really quite emotional and heart-wrenching.
Their stories were unreal. Most of the people showed up with the clothes on their back, lots of which were either very soiled from the ash and smoke and singed. One fellow said as we were looking through stuff, said, "No, my runners are fine. I don't need any new runners. These ones are brand new." And when I looked at them, they were all singed and falling apart. So it was just unreal.
So, and with some of those stories, I'm sure they're lasting stories. They connected emotionally on a lot of different levels. Is there any that really stood out? Anything that really stood out there?
The one young woman that we chatted with at one point, actually this was after they had gone on the bus tour to look around, and we chatted, and she said that her and her partner got out of the house. They didn't even know there was a fire, and got out of the house in their PJs. And the way they knew there was a fire is that there was flames coming out of the plugins in their walls.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Scary that must have been. They grabbed their dog.
Yeah, a dog or a cat.
Grabbed their dog and they ran out in their PJs. Like they had no idea what was even going on. So that's
another fellow who had said that he got caught and the fire was there and he managed to duck in behind a sea can or something, and the fire blew over top of him and he fell to the ground. He couldn't breathe for a second, and a second later the fire was gone and he was on his way.
It's there's no words to describe what some of these people went through. I mean, it doesn't justify anything that they've gone through, any word. It's just tragic. And that's why I'm so proud to have people like yourselves and to make change, to do a difference. I feel that a lot of times because the media is gone, everyone's forgotten. I'm hoping this brings everything to the forefront, because and I know there is a lot of people still displaced, still in problems. So maybe that leads us to our next one there, Greg and Carole, is you also offered your home. That's a beautiful story in itself, that you opened up your home to these people. Maybe you could share a little bit with us about that experience.
Well, it's just the two of us here. We have a 3-bedroom house and we're on an acreage, and we knew that there was not only people displaced, but their animals too. So we thought, well, we've got room to take a few critters too. So we put our name on a list, and sure enough, that very first night, one of the volunteers came to us and said, would you take in a fellow and his cat? And so we said yes, and we were quite happy to welcome Jimmy and his 30-pound cat, George. They ended up spending almost a full month with us.
Wow.
Jimmy was wonderful. Well, you met him. He's a strong, silent type. He was very easy to have around, just a lovely man. And he was just so eternally grateful. And we kept thinking, Jimmy, Jesus, the least we can do. We've got the space for you. It's nothing. And that poor Jimmy, it took a full week at least for him to just get rested up from all the stress. He at first he couldn't sleep. And then when he did start sleeping, he'd have nightmares.
As Jimmy would put it, he was one of the lucky ones. His house was fine. He lived about 4 miles, so he was outside of the town of Lytton. But his house, he couldn't go back. He had no services, and he, had said that how hard it was in the days up to the fire, at 45 to 49 above every day, how hot it was, and nobody, he had no air conditioning. Ironically, the day before the fire, he'd gone online and ordered an air conditioner, which arrived while he was here.
Yeah.
So he never really used it. And,
Yeah.
you know, and he'd also, you know, he helped around here as best he could once he got rested up. Like he was sleeping 12, 14 hours a day the first little while, and then he'd help around here where he could. And then
he actually came and volunteered at the evacuation center too.
And then, you know, saying how hard it would be to go back, even though his house was there, because he had no services. He had no community. He had, you know, he had nowhere to go for groceries or mail or policing or, you know, none of that there. So I don't think last time we heard, he was still at Hope.
Yeah, he's still at Camp
was
Hope.
working at Camp Hope, helping out there. And, you know.
And that's a thing too, is we've been talking with people in Lytton as well. And, you know, it's extremely sad to hear that the town is still demolished. And they're not even allowing people in because of toxic reports that they're waiting for. There's still a huge issue, people out there. There's still a big problem out there. And we really, really, really need your help. And just because it's not on the news does not mean it went away.
Yeah.
It's actually compounded. And we really need to stick together. Is there anything else you would like to leave us with the audience, the viewers, anything you want to share?
Well, if, you know, they always say there's a silver lining, and for us, that would be all the great people we met, and we made new friends with some of the evacuees and some of the volunteers. And just as you were saying, now with everything else that's gone on since July, the Lytton fire seems like a lifetime ago, but for the people who lost their homes, it's still front and center. They're still, like you said, Lytton still doesn't exist, and they still don't have a home to go to, and they need help. So if anybody can help, please donate now. Any amount will help. Just every little bit helps, and just the show of support will mean a lot to these people. They're homeless still. It's
and that's a tough thing to visualize, is that these people are displaced and homeless. And I mean, it's very, very bad situation out there, viewers. And like Carole said, anything helps.
So it's just mind-boggling the hill that is to be climbed out of this mess to rebuild a whole town, and you know how expensive it's going to be with the way things are running now, with everything else, and all the other disasters around. That it's just going to be unreal to try and get things back to a town again.
Yeah, exactly. Carole and Greg of the Hat Doctor Nutha are extremely talented. Please look them up. And again, thank you both for coming on and sharing your story with us on the telethon. And we look forward to doing our best to raise money for our friends in Lytton. So again, thank you both for joining us, and take care.
Thank you.
When you catch yourself toe tapping to your favorite musician during our 12-hour telethon, please donate what you can. Our next performer from Trigger Mafia is straight from the garage to the stage. Sean, Rod, Jay, and Carole is a rock revival project with a modern spin. And these boys have an award-winning history to boot. Coming from all walks of life, the band is set on a path to personify some of the most pressing issues of today, as well as document the human condition in the rawest of forms. Buckle down, sit back, and take it all in. And please, put your hands together and welcome Trigger Mafia to the Hell or High Water virtual stage.
Hi, this is Sean Meehan from Trigger Mafia. We're a Langley-based band here in BC, and I'm talking to you from the Mafia House. This is our headquarters, and where I teach lessons, and where we do a lot of studio work, and where we practice and we rehearse and we write songs. But you know, personally, I was affected by this, where I had a guitar student that I was teaching right from here, and I was trying to get a hold of him. Something was weird, and he finally gets a hold of me. He says, "Dude, I got to call off the lessons." I said, "We're evacuating our house and our neighbor's house," and it was just to hear that terror on the other line. It was just you know, I felt so bad and helpless that I couldn't help. And so, in our little way, this is how we're trying to help the best that we can. And so I encourage everyone to please go donate. Even if it's $5, just donate what you can. You know, you're going to help people rebuild their homes, rebuild their lives. I mean, a lot of these people can't afford insurance or couldn't afford insurance or didn't have insurance, and they have nothing, and they're starting all over. So your support, that really helps. We're honored to be part of this. Go check out hellorhighwater.ca and donate and support the cause. Thank you.
sitting on a corner. Nobody told me it would be this way. Where's the law and order? Everything we built just to throw it away. Other sisters come together. Oh, you gotta know it's wrong. We can't live this way.
All right, to everybody watching, thank you so much for tuning in. Very important and special event. We only got time for a couple songs, but this is kind of a special song that's on our current record called The Brotherhood. So we send this out to all our brothers and sisters in Merritt and everyone affected by these terrible events. So please donate, give what you can, and support the cause. This is a song called Find a Better Way. This morning, looked deep into the mirror, and I did not like what I saw. Twisted timelines in my face that I could not erase, and I started to worry for us all. I was blind but now I see that none of us will feel peace till the black light down and fellow man can live as one. So I will fight and I will crawl, even if it means I lose it all, and I will never rest until we all get it done. Look inside yourself, find your way through hell, fight for a better day. Dig in and shine your light, try with all your might, 'cause we gotta find a better way. We gotta find a better way. We got babies on the streets who ain't got much to eat, and we're too damn busy on our phones. We got junkies trying to dance who never had a chance. Do you even care if they feel all alone? Jesus, Gandhi, Buddha, Martin Luther King all tried to sing, but did you ever stop and listen to their song? So you must fight and you must crawl, even if it means you lose it all. You must never rest until we all get it done. Look inside yourself, find your way through hell, fight for a better day. Dig in and shine your light, try with all your might, 'cause we gotta find a better way. We gotta find a better way. If we all just get along, and together we can all stand strong. Don't let the color of your skin decide what's right or wrong. What's right or wrong. Don't let them get inside your head, divide us all up this way. We gotta find a better way. Once again, reach down to the bottom of your heart and your wallet and really help these people. A lot of them had no insurance. A lot of them had no savings. They really need your help. So please donate and do what you can in any way you can. Much love to you all. So I got down on my knees and I started to pray. Lord, don't let your children live this way. Please shine your light so we can see the day. We can finally find a better way. Look inside yourself, find your way through hell, fight for a better day. Dig in and shine your light.
see you next time. Thank you.
Garrett Gregory's powerhouse voice has caught the attention of many. However, his real talent lies in his high-energy, theatrical, and captivating shows. Garrett was born in the rural town of Hanna, Alberta, Canada, and he grew up living the small-town lifestyle, singing in bands and competitions throughout Canada since he was 8 years old. He understands that small-town passion. In addition to writing his own songs, his passion for music has seen Garrett develop some extensive repertoire for cover songs in all genres, from Merle Haggard to Eric Church to the Rolling Stones. Please welcome to the Hell or High Water virtual stage, Garrett Gregory.
Hi, my name's Garrett Gregory, and I just want to commend the Hell or High Water charity for all that they've done in raising money for the fire and flood victims. Anything that comes in, any money or any donations, goes directly to Rotary Merit, which is then dispersed among the people that have been affected by these floods and these fires. It goes all to the areas of these natural disasters and helps them recover from what they've gone through. It's honestly one of the best things that I've ever seen, and the charity is just amazing. Although I live in Alberta, obviously I haven't seen it firsthand, but they definitely have, and they need our support as Canadians. I also have a challenge for all of you. If you're out today, pay a random compliment to just any person, stranger, friend, whoever, because you never know how their day is going. So pay it forward, give them a little bit of a compliment. One person, that's all you need to do. Thank you very much for supporting me and supporting the Hell or High Water charity. Have a great rest of the concert and enjoy your show.
This song, I gotta give credit to this fella here because we actually wrote this song when we were 20 years old. So carry the 7, about 49 years ago. This song is called Ballot for a Hero, and it was actually out of our old agenda because, like I said, we tried to write music, just whatever came to mind and whatever we liked. So this one's that. We're going to do another quick one for you, and then we're going to let you go for the night. All right. Let's get all ready with this lung capacity here.
Just got a loop going.
Yep.
Here we go.
Wait, well, I've gone too far to take back everything I've ever said to you. Hey, I need it all. Oh, nothing, I will find somebody new. Yeah, when it seems I've lost it all again, the light comes and gives me the strength I need. I'll keep hanging on, holding on to you. And this is a ballad for a hero. You swore yourself to me and all that we could be. No, well, I'm hanging there. Whenever, wherever, you will always see. When it seems I've lost it all again, the light comes and gives me the strength I need. I'll keep hanging on, holding on to you. This is a ballad for a hero. Whoa, yeah. Tim Warwick on guitar, everybody.
everybody, for coming out tonight. Have a great evening. Once again, we're Garrett Gregory.
Our next guest host and/or master of ceremonies coming your way on the Hell or High Water fundraiser is Shanine Robinson Desjardins. Shanine is a multi-award-winning former journalist and broadcaster who's been on Canada's media scene for 2 decades. Over the years, she's worked at CTV News Winnipeg, where her stories have aired on CTV Newsnet, News Channel, CTV National News, and CNN. She's also worked for many years as a correspondent at APTN National News. Shanine was honored to win first place for the Canadian Aboriginal Writing Challenge in 2008 for her play Note Kiskin Tamawan, which means wanting to know. The same year, she was named a National Aboriginal Role Model by the Governor-General of Canada and graduated from University of Winnipeg. That's where she was recognized as notable alumni and founded the Indigenous course requirements. Shanine has showcased Indigenous artists and their music throughout her career and is proud to be the Indigenous Music Development Coordinator for Manitoba Music.
Hi, I'm Steve McDonough, President and Chairman of the Calgary Stampede. Thank you for inviting me to be part of the Hell or High Water event today, supporting those who were impacted by the wildfires and floods that affected BC in 2021. It has been inspiring to witness the resilience of the people of BC and how all of the local communities have rallied together to support one another during difficult times. The Calgary Stampede is no stranger to the effects of natural disaster. In 2013, the city and surrounding areas were impacted by a flood of our own. The effects nearly shutting down our annual celebration that year. It was the perseverance, drive, and compassion of our volunteers and the community and beyond that made the Stampede happen. It turned out to be a stampede affectionately known as Stampede 101, come hell or high water. It is that same perseverance and community spirit that you're now showcasing at your community event today. As we say at the Calgary Stampede, we're greatest together, and I know that together, the Nicola Valley and BC community will lift each other up and come out of this stronger. On behalf of the Calgary Stampede, I'm wishing you all the best with your fundraiser today, and we hope to see you in July.
A big thank you to all the volunteers who have stepped up during the fires and floods of British Columbia, Canada. My time as your host is coming to an end, and the opportunity to enter the contest ends at 4 p.m. Winners will be announced at 9 p.m., along with some top closing performances.
Welcome back to the Hell or High Water Telethon. We will only take a minute. Oh, hold on. It's going to be 2 minutes. We're going to take 2 minutes of your time. For 2 minutes, we need you to focus Canada. We need you to concentrate because this part of the telethon is about you, the viewer. There are many ways you can help families and gift the telethon before 10 p.m. tonight. One, you can go to the www.hellorhighwater.ca website and donate directly. Sounds simple. Two, you can call the number on your screen and talk to a real person. Imagine that. Three, you can text to give on your phone by using our text to give numbers. At the Hell or High Water fundraiser, you can give in many different ways. You can give a lot, you can give a little, it all counts. And get this, when you give, you can select which community you would like your gift to go towards, including, just check it off, Merritt, Abbotsford, Princeton, Monte Creek, Lytton. Just check those off and you're ready to go. Or you can donate to them all. And the funds will be divided up amongst them appropriately. Plus, you get a tax receipt. No harm, no foul. Everyone wins. You did good. Enjoy the show. It's that simple. One question after you've donated. Did you pay it forward? This fundraising thing everyone's talking about works a lot better when you help and participate. So please go to your social media pages and challenge your friends and your families to match or beat your donation. Tell them about this cool telethon going on right now on websites, social media, and TV, and they've got, a little bit of a wacky host at it too. Bring them on. If we all did this one little gesture, thousands of families would be a better and happier place. The largest disaster in Canadian history deserves Canada's attention. We cannot let this be swept under the rug, filed away like another, oh well, BC cold case disaster. Not on our watch, it's not going to happen. We are better than that. We are proud British Columbians and Canadians. For the next 12 hours, we will be more Canadian than ever before. We will sing, we'll talk, we'll smile, and yes, we're going to cry. We will ask others to phone, text, and donate online. The words please, thank you, and sorry will be repeated many times over tonight because that is how Canadians roll when we want to get things done. To get the latest telethon totals, please go to www.hellorhighwater.ca website.
My name is Bobby Garcia, and I am down here at Claybanks Park in Merritt, BC, which was at one time a beautiful spot. Hopefully it will be again. So today I'm talking about the floods and the fires that occurred last year, 2021. And this is for the Hell or High Water Telethon that a number of artists, BC artists, are doing to get some donations to help those in dire need. So I want to thank everybody for donating, and please donate. It's a really, really great cause. We're going to take some shots and just show you some of the devastation from the Merritt flood that happened last November of 2021. This is where Stephen and I shot my video, I Remember When, last year. And the difference today is staggering. There's no words to even put it to. Just the bridge itself that separates Collettville from Merritt is out, and just seeing that after growing up in Merritt your whole life, it's tragic, it's sad, and I really feel for all the people that lost their homes and are displaced, and that's why it's so very important to donate to this great cause. I just want to thank everybody for doing that and for donating, and just kind of take a pause just to look around, because it's not the same, but it will be again. So once again, thank you guys. Okay, the song I chose to record today is I Remember When. I wrote it a number of years ago, and like I said before, we did the video, some of the video down here at Claybanks Park when the river was flowing the other way, and we came down here today and we couldn't find the river, and it's totally changed. So I thought it'd be fitting to just play this song again. Kind of, it's almost the same spot where we were, but not really. I remember growing up, there was always one around. Most nights I just couldn't wait to hear that old guitar sound. It was kinda hard at first, and those 6 strings sure made me work. I remember when I get so excited to play it again. Singing them old time country songs sure makes me wanna go back to them. And I remember when I first learned how to play guitar. Watching Dad and Uncle Mike on any given Friday night. Lots of parties, lots of fun, right up till the morning sun. We do it all over again, and those Friday nights, they never end. And I remember when I get so excited to play it again. Singing them old time country songs sure makes me wanna go back to them. And I remember when I first learned how to play guitar. Well, I'm a little bit older now, and when I first started out, I still got that same old dream. Kinda makes me wanna scream. I remember when I I get so excited to play it again. Singing them old time country songs sure makes me wanna go back to them. And I remember, hey, I remember when I first learned how to play guitar. Thank you very much. Please donate to the cause, Hell or High Water.
Ajo apsituke spumukena.
Your breath. Disaster leaves you helpless till you reach for higher ground. Faith, friends, and hope held strong. I know you can bet. I know you can bet. Come hell or high water, gonna be right there with you. Come hell or high muddy water, gonna see what love can do. I heard sacred ancient drumming. I felt and shared your pain. Saw your family and they lose it on. Sure as every valley has two sides. Some canyons long and dark at night. You won't walk alone. Should you ever slip or fall? Oh, no matter what, come hell or high water, gonna be right there with you. Come hell or high muddy water, gonna see what love can do. Oh yeah. Nobody's giving up. It ain't worse than you think. You're taking on so much, and you're standing on the brink. Yeah, you've been standing on the brink. I know. Come hell or high water, gonna be right there with you. Come hell or high muddy water, gonna see what love can do. Come hell or high
Stuart Patrick Jr. from New Toronto and Merritt, BC. I'm doing prayer, dance, and prayers for hell or high water, all my relations.